scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. Scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm gonna pop it till I drop, cause I ain't dropping Miss Daisy. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I got a boast, I move like a ghost. Give them that Patrick Swayze's. All of them lost, they knew the cost. I chase them down, I'm the boss. Up in a circle, hitting that purple. If that don't work, maybe a perk. Well, Madison High, that is the spot where I get paid every raise. Sign on my checks with a big X, then get up out of my space. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. All of my shit, always legit, it's just what my mama gave me. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. Call it a win, once I begin, I'ma do it for my baby. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I am the one, hot like the sun, winning the races that pay me. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. Hitting the throttle, popping the bottle, pour it on top of like gravy. It's never a cap, winning the snap, and no one got nothing to say. I'm in every place, taking every race, nobody can get in my way. Tapping the brake, first to the tape, I never knew how to die. Give all the rest, all of my best, all of that takes running dry. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. You think you know how this will go, don't be so goddamn hasty. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'll see you there, blood in the air, victory's gonna be tasty. Crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
The tracks you'd forgotten about are the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uests.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Big Al. Good to be up here in the booth here for the first race, and just glad to be part of it. You know, I haven't called Auto Club in a long time, so let's get down to it. Yeah, absolutely here. Auto Club can be a bit, it's 2 miles. It's 2 miles in this configuration here. Now, in real life, we know it's getting reconfigured into a much smaller configuration, but here in iRacing, we like to keep things a little bit long. And this is a great 2 mile track to really open it up and see how things go. Good choice for a first race. Yes, you got it, my friend. Let's go ahead and do it. First things first, keys to the race. The first key I've got here, let's take a look at it up on the screen. Managing tire wear while maintaining consistent pace through every long green. Tire wear is big here at this track, and long runs can contribute to tire wear really wearing off, especially early off with the first 10 to 15 laps here. If you charge into it early, tire wear is going to become an issue for you later. So you have to maintain a consistent pace through these long greens that we're going to have out here. Second thing, maximizing. Next M starts with an M again. Maximizing corner exit. Speed onto Phoenix's long front and back straight. Now this is Phoenix keys here. So it looks like we're going to need to adjust things a little bit for Auto Club, but there are very similar situations here. Let's talk about exits. If you diamond the corner here at Auto Club, you can get a better exit. Now, when I say diamond the corner, some folks may know, some folks may not. This means you enter the turn a little bit early. You enter higher, you cut the apex later, and you straighten out the exit. Really maximize that drive here. So maximizing that exit can get you a lot of benefits here. Now let's look at the next one. Take advantage of stage breaks. Yes, to optimize strategy and track position. Now, you have to let me know, Big Al, if we have any stage breaks that are baked in here right now, but getting the stage breaks going and taking advantage of those restarts where you can use multiple racing grooves really early into a stage to get things going and get some passes going can really spell success early on for some of these racers. So if you take advantage of a stage break, if we have one here, or even a yellow, take advantage of a yellow, just take advantage of that restart and really, put yourself out there. Go 2 wide, go 3 wide, see what you can do with this racetrack, because it's got some banking here and there and it just works for you.
Yeah, Joe, those were the keys to the race. Maybe not this race, but there are keys to some race. We're gonna keep going here, man. It is what it is. So, Joe, we're getting ready to get into it. The best thing about it is we don't really know a lot about these drivers. So going into this with the fans, kind of going to have to figure this one out as we go. No doubt about that. So do you have a favorite, though, maybe that you would have in mind?
Ooh, that's a tough one, my man, because again, I am also very new to this race series. I'm looking through here. I'm seeing a couple names that I recognize, a few people here and there. So I'm trying to think of who might be my favorite. Now I'm going to play the game where I look at the practice numbers here, Big Al, and I see who's been driving early. And I see Vincent Short up there, very good with 39.49, but also Austin B. Wood and Colin Clary, two names that I want to call out. Those three had the fastest times in practice, and I wouldn't be surprised if during quali here, they also set down some amazing times. Or maybe not. You never know. They could be the type that like to climb through the field late.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not going to throw my hat in there. I'm just going to kind of roll with it here to see exactly what's going on. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a quick step away, get some words from our sponsors again, and we'll be right back with the grid and the start of tonight's race. And we are back, getting ready to kick it off again as we got to be covering qualifying. Actually, looking at 8 minutes of qualifying to be exact. There, what are you thinking about that there?
Oh well, I think we've got plenty of time to maybe follow a few of these guys. We're not going to be seeing a lot of race-ready driving right here. Auto Club has such a wide track, and when you're racing for quality, when you're really looking to try to set the best lap time, that's going to involve going out to the wall here. But you're going to want to hug the line, and in some cases, the way that you just cut the line
Yeah, definitely. That's something I'm excited to see as well. Watching these guys down on the track, man, they're actually they're wearing it out. They're doing pretty good, and
let's see. Yeah, so far so good. We got a couple of names down there. There's the 17 right now. That 17 is Chris Coleman, I believe.
definitely good to see how
Coleman.
watching there Chris come around here. He hadn't yet put up a score here. We're gonna see exactly how he does.
Yes, indeed. Coleman's first attempt around at a 41.47, so about 2 seconds off the top time right now. Dennis Orff with the top time right now, 39.709. Very fast time. Not quite as fast as he was in practice, though. He was even faster in practice. So Coleman's got some catching up to do. Let's see if that second lap here can help him out. It's a hot lap here. There he goes across the line, and that's only going to move him up a little bit in the overall ranking here. He is going to be sitting with a 40.569 right now. That's Chris Coleman driving the 17.
Yeah, right now we got the 11 car up on the screen. He just got done with his qualifying run.
That's right.
8 minutes of qualifying. What is your qualifying ritual if you got one?
My qualifying ritual. Ooh, man. I like to qualify. I know some people don't. They like to drive up from the back of the pack and they just don't even worry about it. I like to qualify, and my qualifying ritual. I always, I'm still kind of learning tracks a little bit here and there. So when I was driving, I would try to drive very close to the line, or I would copy someone else's line as best I possibly could. Watching them during practice, I would follow behind somebody and really just try to recreate what was being done to get the most out of it. So I knew I wasn't going to qualify probably top of the line. If I did qualify up there, man, I'd have a target on my back. So just trying to qualify. I try to qualify in the top 10 of the pack if I'm trying to qualify at all. But because if I end up any lower, oh man, I just worry about having to climb through all that traffic. So I don't know about you. What's your go-to qualifying ritual, Big Al?
Well, that's funny. My go-to qualifying ritual is simple. If I'm going to qualify, I got to give it everything I got, and I'm hoping that Big Al can get a spot up front. That's going to be key. So if I'm fifth or better, I'm happy because that means I'm definitely starting from the pit. But if I'm in the middle, I hate life, but I'm just going to roll with it. And if I'm in the back, I'm happy because I'm just going to sit here and, bide my time, brother, till it's time to slip on up to the front and show people what I got. How many poles you think you got?
Oh, I've only gotten pole, I think, one time. I've done very little. Oh man, I'm more of a talker than a racer, Big Al. These days, I've gotten pole, I think, one time, probably in The NASCAR Legends Series, I'm guessing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been on the pole a couple of times.
That was my best series.
Yeah, but tonight it's not about us; it's about them. It looks like Dennis Orff is going to be on top of that board, putting on his best time of a 39.710. That's actually the fastest time across the board. There's not really, not a lot of folks down there around that. With just 2 minutes left in qualifying, we'll go ahead and take a step away, get some more words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the grid and the start of tonight's race.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program in our
And we are back, getting ready to kick off the grid here as we are lined up and getting ready to go. We got the lead car. There's going to be Dennis Orff. He's going to be lined up beside Jacob Watson. Basically, you had Tyler Friedman and Harold Crow. Next, you're going to have Vincent Short. Sorry about this, and a little technical difficulty. Seventh place is going to be Colin Clary, and he has Austin Mice on his outside. Ninth place is going to be Dan Milligan, and he'll have Matthew Richard on his outside. Here you go. 21st place is going to show Kenny Powell. He'll have Scotty Larson on his outside. 23rd place, Ken Couch and Howell Crow on his outside. Next, you're going to have Vincent Short, and he'll have Paul Boomershine on his outside. 27th place is going to show Kyle Gomez, and he'll have Isaac on his outside. Then Mike Higgins and Cade Watts round out the top 30. Lined up here. Everybody rolling around the track, getting ready to get this thing kicked off. I'll tell you, I'm glad. Personally, when we start racing, it's happy to stop producing and just get to start talking for a little bit. Getting my butt kicked up here, Joe. Man.
You're doing great, Big Al. Don't you? It's all good. There goes the pace car. Let's get it done.
Heck yeah, lights off on the pace car and we get ready to do just that. Green, green, green. And we are off and away.
He's high on the outside, though, and that makes lots of room there for Jacob C. Watson in the number 12 to shoot down to the inside. Or from the 26, though, still has the outside power. He's using that to his advantage. And you can see Watson, even though he dived down to the inside, did not get a full pass on him, and it's still Orff out with the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Orff doing everything he can to get a great start off on this race. He's definitely showing that he is going to be the dominating force to beat here. But he's got some buddies out there that are definitely going to make sure they got a little bit something to say about it.
Yes, they do. We've got people saying things all over the field right now. We look back a little ways. Colin Clary falling back a couple. He's trying to make his way up. Oh, we have a wreck in the back. Two cars side by side up in the wall already. As this race just 2 laps in is going to come to a halt. That was Lee Hogan there in the 8 that had the issue.
Definitely
Just Auto Club things, says one of the drivers there. I think that was Miglin.
I think he was actually involved with more than just him. Let's take a look at it. Might have to go back in the Wayback Machine. Well, guess we're going to have to skip that one right there. Don't think we're going to be able to get that replay up.
That's all right. That was Lee Hogan, one of the names that was stopped there, unfortunately. Everyone is lined up here. We've got the field getting ready to get things going. Again, the caution is still out. So in the meantime, we have Dennis Orff out in front, Jacob C. Watson in second. Patrick Hernandez made his way into third, and he's still in third, excuse me. Alan Swan moves back a few positions into fourth. Dan Miglin falls back one position into fifth. So your top 5 is only a little bit shaken up But the big shakeup here, it looks like it's definitely going to be Lee Hogan, who is going to have to get himself put back together to get back out on this racetrack here. The time is live. 15. Now he is just trying to hold it together. That's going to be, let's see, which 15 is that? We have a few 15s. I think we have two 15s up there today. We got Vincent Short in the 15. And now as we're getting ready here, we're on lap 5. I think it's going to be lap 6 when we go back live here, folks. We got a few people heading down pit road too as well. I think we just saw someone go down pit road. It's a slow start here at Auto Club here. Unfortunately, Auto Club is, I was just talking about, go for it, throw yourself out there, get a little, take advantage of all the space you've got. But that can quickly, you give someone enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. In that kind of situation, when you have too much freedom, when you've got too much room, you start getting just a little bit loosey-goosey, and just any amount of loosey-goosey is going to start compounding the chance that you are going to end up sideways.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
exactly what happened here at Auto Club. Yeah.
Once again, sorry about the technical difficulties trying to get this worked out here. Got a new guy in the booth, and he's pressing all the wrong buttons for us, Joe.
That's all good. We're still having a good time. The race is going around. The guys are going around and around. They still remember to turn left. And so in the meantime, it looks like we're going to be getting things going here on this lap. Yeah, the pace car is out in front. Lights are off on it. There he goes down pit lane. And we are going to get things started here once we get to that restart zone.
Yeah, pace car off and away, getting ready to take this thing back to green flag racing. Dennis Orff's going to take us. Not wasting any time to get her going. Once again, he is back out front. Patrick Hernandez has now made his way up, and she's going to be in that bottom line. Switching back up to the top. Almost 4 wide here. 3 wide for sure for the lead. Been waiting on that one all night.
Yeah, that was a quick 3 wide, but man, they are still everyone is just maneuvering around each other here at the top. It's very, very tight here. Dan Nickel has made himself known here in the top 5 as well. He's sitting in 3rd right now, side by side, running with the 12 of Jacob C. Watson. Jacob Watson trying to hold on as best he can and trying not to get into the corner of Miglin. As Miglin tries not to get into the corner of David Orff. In the meantime, Patrick Hernandez was able to sneak ahead of Orff finally. Patrick Hernandez was able to sneak ahead of Orff. And right now, the race is being led by Patrick Hernandez.
Yeah, Patrick Hernandez definitely no stranger to being up front. Didn't qualify as well as he might have wanted to, but definitely showing up and making up for it out here tonight on the race surface, because I guess this is where it counts. But now he's being challenged from the number 4. That's Daniel Miglin. Hadn't talked much about him, but I guess he's going to throw his hat up in the ring here also as these two side by side coming across the line. That lap goes to Hernandez.
Yeah, it goes to Hernandez. And now let's see. Miglin is using the geometry like I talked about already tonight, getting down there on the inside, but it's costing him on the exits. You see that late. Well, this is not late. That low entry into the corner just doesn't add up to a strong shooting exit. It really is side by side. Hernandez, other drivers, and now in this case, Orff moves down to the inside line, changes up his perspective on things, and Hernandez stays on the outside.
That's a check, Raj. No problems at all here. So watching that timing screen. Glad that dude showed up. Here we go, nose to tail. Now, we figured that's what's going to happen once everybody gets up in the pace and they settle down. They can't keep racing full out all the way because we talked about that. We talked about that under the race facts where that lap fuel is going to be somewhere around 35 laps. So waiting to see once those green flag stops materialize exactly which way drivers are going to go, because that's when we're going to start to see the strategy start to unfold, being it that we don't get another caution up until that point.
Strategies will start coming out, but only after stability is achieved, and stability is not there yet. Hernandez will shove right in the back of Dan Miglin. Miglin leading this race, but Hernandez says, come on, let's make some more speed. Get me away from Orff behind me. Give me some room to work, or else Orff's going to try to make this pass.
Yeah, definitely a lot of swapping places up front. And, I'm excited that is this racing. Might have would have thought that 10 laps in, these guys would have backed off a little bit, especially being that we already seen a caution, but that is not going to be the case. These guys right now are going to show who's going to be leading the force here for the majority of the season. And like we said, this is our first time covering this league, so I'm excited to see how it's shaking out. We got a lot of names there now that we know of. We got Miglin, we got Hernandez, Orff. Now we got Mr. Watson, Jacob type, that's making his way up into the front. And also Colin Clary. You were talking about Colin during qualifying, and he actually had a pretty good dang run.
That's very true. Let's talk briefly about Greg Wyszynski, a name that I've seen before several times across the iRacing series here. He's 6th overall on the field, riding down the inside line. Monster Energy car. Greg Wyszynski is a name that you have to keep in your mind. He is going to ride in the high middle pack for this whole race, and then he is going to strike. And that moment of striking, I never know when it's going to happen, but Greg Wyszynski is going to try to stay towards the top middle of the pack here and really work on his positioning later in the run.
Yeah, definitely. No stranger to Mr. Wyszynski either, but Greg's got to keep his head clean. He's got to keep his head on his shoulders, and he's got to stay out of the wrecks, because you got to, in order to win this thing, you got to finish this thing. You know what I mean? They're not going to give it away to the guys that don't make it towards the end. Right? So be watching Wyszynski and see what his strategy is going to be and how he's planning to handle this thing going down the long run.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Very, very good point. They don't just hand it out. It's got to be won. It's got to be earned here. And so it's going to take some time.
Indeed.
See how that plays out.
These guys really keeping it tight up front, not wanting to let Hernandez get a runaway right now. But he is making sure he's keeping Miglin in his sight. Now, nobody has really gotten free, so to speak, and we're starting to see guys now start to become a little bit more conservative. Guys are starting to wander around those lines, trying to find a way to get around, because you run this track so hard so long, and the tires are going to dictate which lines you're going to run, and I think that's what we're starting to see now.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
Do you think maybe these guys running as hard as they run? I mean, they're running pretty hard. Let's just talk about that. And we're just going now through lap 15. Do you think they're feeling the consequences of that, or do you think everybody is just kind of is par for the course?
I think this might be a par for the course situation. It's hard to say if it's not what's expected. Because situations like this, I expect some wear and tear. I expect it to happen. But, I don't know. I don't think we're getting anything unusual yet. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. Watching Miglin, like I say, he was fast during qualifying. He was fast during practice. He's just fast.
Company basically. Everybody behind him is trying to figure out a way to get out. Now, what's so interesting about Auto Club to me is that there is so much room on this track. I'm trying to formulate my thoughts here. There's so much room on this track for improvisation, and you see it happen on almost every turn. You see people go high, then on the next time around they come low, and then sometimes they run middle. People are trying every possibility here to get an advantage. That includes Daniel Miglin, who is staying ahead, but only barely.
And I'm telling you, I was watching Dennis Orff, and he was looking like he was trying to get it. Cautions out on the racetrack.
Sonny Larson.
Scotty Larson.
Scotty Larson, excuse me.
Well, there's he
Scotty
is.
Larson sideways on the track. Ooh, some good avoidance there from the rest of the squad. Avoids getting T-boned. But that sideways position is going to cost Scotty Larson everything. And it's going to cost us another yellow in this race.
Yeah, indeed. Cautions out again for the second time. Let's take a step away, get a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. And we are back with the live coverage of tonight's premier event. Auto Club is where we're racing at. Going to get that one kicked off. Joe, are you excited?
I am very excited. I am very excited, actually. Yes, I would love to see this race go kick off again and go. I'd like to see it go green for a nice long stretch. We've had our last yellow was right at like the second lap. So we've only been maybe about 17 laps without yellow here. Let's go 40 laps with no yellow. Let's go 60. Come on, we got to make it to 135 here.
Yeah, definitely, though. But the one thing about the cautions is cautions are definitely going to change the output of this race. They're going to change folks' strategy, and that's one thing that a lot of guys might not have taken into consideration, but it's something that always happens. And you know what I love? I love when the caution dictates the strategy.
Interesting. That's a really good way to put it, Big Al. I never really thought about it in terms of that, but you know, the cautions do dictate strategy, and well, if I'm racing here right now, and I'm seeing that we're 2 cautions in before lap 20, I'm going to predict that we're going to have probably about another really good handful of cautions before the end of this race. So my strategy is definitely changing. When I get tires, definitely changing. When I get gas, how much gas I get, definitely changing.
Yeah, lights off on the pace car, so he's going to be getting up and out of the way here really soon, and we'll be getting back to green flag racing, kicking it off again. Auto Club Speedway, the Lonestar Racing League. Let us know who's your favorite to win this thing. Please reach us in the chat, but be easy though on the troubles we had at the beginning. Like I said, it was a different guy in the booth, and he appeared to be blind.
That's fun.
All right, green flag. Once this pace car gets out of the way, we'll be at it again. 20 laps in, 2 cautions thus far, definitely changing the pit strategy. Now these guys are definitely going to go a little bit farther in the plan. Remember, there's only 3 sets of tires, so that's definitely going to come into play as well. Pace cars off and away. Daniel Miglin leading us to the start line through that Geico start zone. Green flag's out, and we're off and away. Miglin wasting no time this time to get that Chevy Camaro pointed in the right direction. And down the road, now you got 2 cars balanced side by side. And Miglin's going to love this because while those 2 guys are back there balanced side by side, look at what it's doing. It's allowing him breathing room. And I think that's the most room we've seen a leader have here all night, Joe.
Yeah, it's just about, it's seeing someone lead this race like Miglin. It makes me wonder what's going through his head. What do you think is going through Dan Miglin's head right now, Big Al?
I think he knows he can't block them all. So what he's got to do, well, I guess this is what I'm thinking. What he's got to do is he's just got to come to terms with the fact of how fast his car is and not necessarily try to be the fastest guy out there. Because if he's trying to be the fastest guy right now, he's only going to be the fastest guy right now. He's got to figure out a way to keep the pace interesting enough that he doesn't get past, but not aggressive enough that he wears out his equipment.
Well said. Yeah, I think you're on the money. You can't block them all, but you gotta be defensive. You don't want to wear it out. You gotta be defensive.
Indeed, and sometimes defense. All the time, defense is what wins championships. So, because as the sun's setting, the track temperature is changing, so that means the track conditions are changing. So once you're up front, you can control a lot of things. But when you look back deeper into the pack, man, you're just watching the guy in front of you, hoping that the big one doesn't break out there and take out your hopes and dreams. So for right now, he doesn't have to worry about that. And I guarantee you that Chevy's loving that clean air.
Across the line, we are on to lap 24 of 135 here, folks. Thank you for joining us here for the Lone Star Series, the first race of the series here at Auto Club in beautiful California. The sun has set, but that warm California air is still out there. The lights are all on. We got a good old-fashioned night race going. It's a fantastic way to kick off the week here on a Monday night.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Monday night racing, you got to love it. At least till you get Monday Night Football, but you still got to come in and give us a ring because, man, I can't be sitting here talking by myself. Joe, I'm so glad you were able to pop over here and help us, man. It's great to be back in the booth with you. You and I, we've called some races together, just been a little bit.
Go back a little ways. That's very true. It's always fun to be back up in here in the booth with you, Big Al, calling them going left and going in circles as we do. And they are doing an expert job of that now. Finally here, it feels like we got things on lock pretty good. We still have some people a little bit further back in the field who are pretty spread out. As you can see, the field is not yet quite single-filed. Here on the backstretch, people are just going to ride that inside line and maybe try to use it to pass. But even with all that clean air, it's really hard to make a pass here without any help.
Yeah, indeed. You got to have a partner to work with. And Thankfully, we have not had a major mishap that has really wiped folks out. So everybody is pretty much still in this thing. And that's going to be a big deal for us, especially going down the stretch.
Coming down through 3 and 4 right now. Dan Miglin, Patrick Hernandez side by side with Greg Wyszynski, who made his way up from 6th. Now he's in 3rd, briefly side by side for 2nd with Patrick Hernandez. Wyszynski looking real good there in 3rd, within stone's throw range of challenging for 2nd or even 1st here, which potentially he's just really got a solid inside line.
Yeah, the one thing.
Ooh, heavy hit for Dan Miglin.
Yeah, they got to watch that outside wall. I was just watching Dennis Orff, he was up there, and I said he was kind of looking for a different shade of blue. And I don't know if that contact rattled him, but he definitely has not been running as strong since that contact. He's dropped all the way back to 7th place right now. But look who's taking the lead. It's Greg Wachinski. He's going to get credit for the lap now. That's another leader for us here tonight. And now Greg's up where the air's clean and crisp.
That's what we like to hear. Clean and crisp air indeed. And Wachinski side by side with your former leader, Patrick Hernandez, with Dan Miglin behind after that heavy bounce off the wall. Hernandez stays high, tries to make advantage of that, but it's going to be Wachinski who takes advantage of the inside of the track here. Now let's see what his exit looks like. Very shallow exit at first. Yep, doesn't even go all the way to the outside wall here in the D part of the oval.
You know, it's early in this run.
Now.
Yeah, it's early in this run, and I'm glad to see Greg up front. That's just showing us here that we've had multiple leaders, man. Some of these guys might not have taken the time to actually get those laps in. And those guys who actually mastered this thing and got the long runs in, these are the guys that we're going to see up front here. Kenny Powell now making his way into the top 5 for the first time tonight.
Oh, we got activity. Oh, man, Miglin almost turned Hernandez right over the nose there. Hernandez rolled his car just a bit, but got control. Right now, he's back out in front of Jacob Watson. That was really close, my man. That was probably the closest wreck at the front I've seen so far.
Well, it's gonna get a lot trickier before it gets anything else, because these tires, you know, they're just getting a little bit more worn, and I think you can start to see that. Guys settled down a lot quicker this iteration than they did during those first 2 iterations. So now I think we're starting to get into that race rhythm, and that means guys are going to just kind of sit back and understand that, look, we still got a lot of racing left to do. So, you know what I mean? And we're not going to wave that flag until we get to that lap. So key's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. And right now we're on lap 31. Plenty left to go. We're almost. Once we cross that 35 lap mark, folks, we will have less than 100 laps to go in tonight's race. So we are making good time.
You know, one thing I want to say that I really am digging these paint schemes here as we're watching these Lonestar cars come by. A lot of excellent paint schemes. Can't wait to dive more into that and figure out the team dynamics, you know, and figure out, you know, what team's doing what, who's dominating what, how many teams are even out there. That's the stuff we're going to be getting into here this season. Those are the things that we're going to be shedding a little bit more light on as we peel those onions back to fill out where the drama's at. That's what we're looking for. Going to make us a real live racing live. Just think about that there, Joe.
A real live racing rivalry.
A real live racing rivalry. What we're gonna come up with?
Real live.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it, my man. I want to watch it. I'm gonna be tuning in. If I'm not gonna be calling it, I'm gonna be tuning in. I'm gonna be keeping up with it as best I can.
A little treachery. I have a little treachery and a little deceit. Like how many set of tires you got? What you got putting in that fuel? What's your offset? You know, stuff like that.
What's your offset? I love it. Just all the little things that might add up to help you get a little edge over the competition.
Yeah, a little edge over the competition.
Which 3 wide right now up here at the front. Look at this.
Yeah. We said patience is a virtue. Somebody getting the menu. Somebody didn't get the message. As I was watching that, as Kenny Powell obviously stepped on something and he started to fall back. Now, he was right up front, battling almost 3 wide versus Hernandez and Miglin. But just like that now, he's kind of shuffled back a little bit. What do you reckon that was? You know, 3 wide, you think maybe Kenny said, man, it's just way too soon to be 3 wide like that for second place?
Yeah, I think that was probably his reaction. That'd be my reaction to it. Is it's not quite time to go 3 wide. 2 wide as often as you want here. Go crazy. Put the car in a 2 wide situation, but 3 wide, and you're asking for someone to get a little bit loose and to get caught up in one of the other 2 cars. It just seems like it's going to be an unfair position for, especially the middle car. A really unfair position.
Yeah, looking at the board, man, we got quite a few cars that are yet to pit, which means they were sticking with that strategy. And that's one thing, we got quite a few cars that did pit. Some of those guys probably pitted for damage. I think there's probably a couple of those guys that actually pitted because they might have been just a little bit too hard on the equipment. But, hey, I'm just the guy that's here to talk. Remember, I was asking you questions about racing earlier? I was going to get to this. We're not down there for a reason. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah, we're not. Exactly. That's the reason I'm up here.
Yeah. But now watching these strategies unfold, that's truly going to give us green flag pit stops because that means that some of these guys didn't deviate from the plan. Greg Wojcinski being one of those guys. Dave Miglin. Jacob Watson. Patrick Hernandez. Kenny Powell. Nicholas Don Francesco. Matthew Richard. Dennis Orff.
Yep.
Higgins and Hogan. Yeah, that's quite a few, buddy. So that's going to give us that divide line I do believe that we were looking for. Because now we're truly going to get to see, who's out for what. Now that 20 cars on the run. Nicholas Don Francesco wasting no time. He now just coming up, is making his way into the top 5 tonight. He's going to be taking Kenny Powell's spot. Jacob Watson in the 12. He's just right now in that sweet spot, man. Nobody's really pressuring him. He's riding around the outside. He's just hoping that everybody stays tame. But he's got a lot of I'm going to say competitive. He's got a lot of competitive guys behind him. What do you think about that?
I think if competitive guys are behind you, that's where your race is at. You can't look ahead. And who's ahead of him right now? How far back is he?
He's not very far
he's
back
in
at all.
Like 6th place, right?
No, he's
only in 6th place.
Who we're talking about?
Oh, I was getting my persons wrong. I think you're talking about Kenny Powell. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah. We don't talk about Kenny. He dropped out of the top 5. Can't talk about him.
That's true. That's very true. Who was on our? Who are we looking at here? Let me pull up my data sheets.
Let's take a look at it. Let's scrub the books and see what we got. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's all gonna come out in the wash. And the longer we race, the sooner the wash is to be due. Because you can't wear dirty drawers on Mondays.
That is some down home. Absolutely great thinking. Good advice as well. You can't wear dirty underwear on Mondays.
You had the whole weekend to clean them, So you got to come in with clean drawers. Clean drawer Monday. That's Wojcinski out front, enjoying his lead right now. Probably the most comfortable the leader's been all night. But behind him, that's a different story. And I think his comfort level's getting ready to go down as Daniel Miglin is on the hunt, closing that gap now, starting to reel up. And just like that, we got another challenge for the lead.
Miglin trying his best, but it looks like we've got some more movement here also from Colin Clary. Clary's high on the outside in the 7 there, trying to make some space for Kenny Powell. Powell down on the inside, tries to make the move to get the pass. Clary's not going to let him have it, though. 7 powers forward, gets his spot back, holds on to it.
Yeah, a lot of racing going on right now as Greg Wojcinski. Oh, crossover move. That's going to be made by Nicholas Don Francesco as he's going to come down to the inside line trying to take his hat and put it on the rung as a leader here for tonight. Will he get it done? A little paint swapping there as they come down the backstretch. Watching intently, look, this right here, this is that battle. Now, these guys not laying off at all. 3 guys right now trying to figure out which one's going to be your leader, who's going to get denied, because that's going to matter. Right now is Don Francesco, sorry. Oh, Wachinski takes it at the line now. Wachinski's going to be back out front, but what you've noticed is these guys have gotten a lot more racy, especially with a lot of laps on their tires. 43 laps right now on their equipment, and they are showing no signs of slowing down. Better yet, those guys that went back and got the fresh tires, well, they're not even showing any signs of life coming to the front. So I don't know if tires are going to be an issue or not here tonight, Joe.
It's a darn good question. Yeah, the tire situation has been kind of a tough read, Big Al. I've been trying to read it most of this night so far. Now, we're only on lap 43, but I figured by now we'd get some guys who were really throwing down and rubbing the rubber off and wearing them down here on the track. But a lot of guys have been just driving a little bit more of a careful line, not crazy defense. A little bit of crazy aggression, but not crazy on the defense. And so I'm just wondering if it's just not quite a race for that.
You know what I like, though?
Let's see.
I love the fact that when we're qualifying, we're talking fastest lap time, we're talking 39.7. But now we're out here, these guys got, coming up 45 laps, going through almost an entire pit sequence, right? But yet they're not even falling off a second. So you got to love that. That means that the tires are going to hold on. It's going to allow the drivers to compete a little bit harder, as they go through those cycles. And the more they compete, the better chances we get at seeing some great one-on-one action up here. But right now, action's back on the racetrack. Once again, Daniel Miglin challenging Wachinski for the lead.
Ooh, Wachinski's down. He looks like he's going to go hit pit road.
Well, that's just a sign of early green flag pit stops right now. 45 laps on the equipment. This is right in the middle of that seat spot. So now we kind of know where it's at. We see exactly what Wachinski's doing. That's actually going to make him a 2-stop guy tonight. Now, question is going to be is how many are going to follow suit.
Here we are, stacked up now. Still live out here on the field. Dan Miglin is still the man to beat here. Man, he is really just... I wonder when he is going to go down pit road. He's going to have to eventually. So I'm wondering what his strategy is. Buy it early? I don't think so. It must be to go long.
I tell you what, a lot of people are wondering that because right now he's the leader, and you got guys that are saying, "Hey, look, as long as this guy stays out, I'm gonna stay out," because they got the fuel. That's not going to be the issue. As we got one car coming back up onto the racetrack, so now it's just a matter of longevity, and you see the leaders dropping down. So that could be indicative that maybe he's going to come in for a stop, but we'll just have to see how that works. But who's not slowing down, that's Don Francesco. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. As Miglin now is going to be coming down pit road. Now, you're going to hear me say this more than one time this season, but you actually go out and you're driving for show, but you're pitting for dough. These races they're lost and won on pit road. We've seen that happen time and time again. We've seen it. The box times matter. So drivers got to be cognizant. They got to be up on it. They got to be 100%. Once they're getting into that pit rhythm. Oh, got a car slow on the apron. Ooh, that's not good.
Let's see who that is.
That is not what we want to see right now, especially with everything that's because look, we're hoping that we get green flag pit stops. And that's the key. That's all anybody's wanting to see right now. Anything other than that is like canceling Christmas, especially this late into the run. 50 laps in right now. Starting a pit rotation, green flag pit stops in process. this is what's going to change the field. This is what's going to shake it up, if you will, Joe.
This field needs a good shaking up, and I think it's getting one right now, Big Al. Because we are still green and we are still going. And then, some very close driving there as Miglin's getting back out onto the field, trying to get his speed back up.
Yeah, and one thing you're going to see is Colin Clary. He's on a different pit cycle than these other guys because he pitted back on the earlier caution, so that's going to allow him to go ahead and slip through. But Don Francesco and Hernandez, well, these guys were on the original strategy. You know, they had not, and they're still yet to pit. So the interesting thing is, how long do you stay out chasing this guy, even though you realize you're probably going slower and slower every lap before you just bring it down? I think we'll get the answer to that as both of these gentlemen making it down pit road as we speak. Oh, got a car down and around.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, that's not going to affect anything because the green flag racing is going to continue. And when you make those mistakes on pit road, it very rarely does it work out in your favor. And it's definitely not going to work out in his favor tonight.
Yeah, that was really,
Yeah, you know, if I was more...
just unfortunate.
Yeah, if I was more handy with the cameras, I would have just jumped right down there and brought that replay up, and it would have looked great. But, yeah, we've seen what happens when I do that. We're all looking like, I don't even know what we were looking at. I was like, what are we looking at? I was like, never mind. I was like, my career and myself were in the trash can. Just all dark, Joe. Just all dark.
That is pretty dark. Jeez.
Wow. Now look at Colin. He's actually getting to stretch his legs now. For the first time, we've seen now the leader has almost a second and a half lead over second place. So he's going to be setting the pace here for a while.
Yeah, he's got a good gap. And it looks like it's only growing a little bit here. Especially with this lap traffic, it's going to make it harder for anybody to keep up with him.
Yeah, the harder thing I think for him is Colin's going to have to stay. He's going to have to stay true to himself because without having any cars right around there to help him pace himself, he's really going to be he's got to stay on the relative. He can't just, he's got to keep hitting his marks because if he doesn't, well, those guys are going to catch him and he's just going to scrub off. You don't want to lose that time.
Very, very briefly, Chris Lannis was almost just dog food for our man. Who is that? Michelin. Miglin. Miglin fell back hard, just about into the nose of our man Corey there. Not Corey. Chris Lannis, but managed to save himself at the last second. So not too bad. And right now, Miglin is still sitting up somewhere. He was in the top 5. He's not quite in the top 5 anymore. It looks like he has fallen down.
Who you looking for, Mr. Miglin?
Yeah, he's down in 31st right now.
Pit stop's going to do that to you. Let's see if we can't figure out what took place. Miglin.
That's a rough situation from pit stop from where he was to where he is now.
Thought I heard some feller say not too long ago, you drive for show, but you pit for dough.
Yeah, someone like that.
The same feller even said, these races are lost on pit road. Next to...
And there's... Oh, wow. Oh, man. Miglin almost smashed. Oh, we got spinners.
Ooh, caution's out.
Sounds like Tyler Freeman's having some trouble. His car's having trouble. The 37 as well. Ooh, we got a meatball on the field. That's ugly already. Yeah, that's Harold Crow with the meatball. And yeah, that was a messy wreck. A lot of cars got involved in that wreck.
Yeah, definitely. Man, that's unfortunate. As this caution is going to be underway, we're going to go ahead and take a step away, get some words from our sponsors. and we'll be right back. And just like that, we're back with continued coverage of the night's feature event here for the Lone Star Racing League. I'm your host, Big Al, joined in the booth by Jolo. A lot of cars getting a wave around there, so we're going to be stacking this thing up. Appears that's going to be a delayed green. Not sure what the problem's going to be. Lights off on the pace car, that might change. Okay. They're trying to sort it out down there. But Joe, what
looks like they are, yeah.
What are you thinking so far, man? Is this met or exceeded your expectations, or is it kind of lackluster? What are you thinking?
It's been a good one from a point of view of it. I'm watching a new league for the first time go around a very difficult track, and we're on caution 3 now of this race. Now we're on caution 3 over the halfway point. Also, it's lap 58. We've got almost over the halfway point. We're getting close to it. But once we get to like this 65 mark, it's going to be what they say downhill from there. And let's see what happens once these guys are going to the other half of this race. That's what I really want to see. That's where my expectations are going to come into play.
Green flag back out. We're ready to go. 77 car missed the memo. He's got stacked up that whole bottom line, getting a couple bumps from his little brother, but it's going to be way too late. Top line's gone. Hernandez, Ublaze, these guys wasting no time to get out and away. This is going to have huge ripples throughout the field. A lot of cars coming down low. Caution's out. Once again,
Daniel Meglin on the radio expressing his displeasure with that restart. Also, from his point of view, his car is beat up, unfortunately, here. The front of his car banged up very badly. The front right of his car banged up. He is grabbed. This might be it for Meglin tonight. I think he might be done. Lots of discussion right now over the radios here as everyone tries to sort out exactly where things started and what happened.
Well, I think we got a pretty good idea of what happened there. I think it's going to be somewhere about around that restart. It's about where everything went south. You know, and I'm not sure what exactly took place, but it's almost like, you know, somebody was disconnected.
Yeah. That's kind of what it seems like. And right now, the yellow's still out, trying to get things lined up for the pit road. Here they come back down the front stretch. Sounds like a little bit of drama on the track.
Well, I don't know.
Playful drama.
You're going to have that on those big jobs. You know, some guys maybe not so happy. Most guys maybe are. But Colin Clary's still leading this thing. Got to be pretty excited for those guys coming out here tonight in that Toyota Camry. They've been having a solid performance here tonight, this evening. Want to see if any of my buddies from the back are going to make it up here. You know, some guys like to take that same strategy line that I take, where they kind of chill in the back there and then start eventually making their way to the front. Well, we're just about halfway through this thing. You know, and I do believe you're going to get 3/4 of racing here. You got that first half, then you got that middle half, and then you get that last half. So we're right down that middle half.
That middle half, I like that.
We're in that middle half.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean
it does feel that way though. It really does.
Yeah. So Mr. Mice in the 97, he's up front here tonight. Getting himself a go. Hopefully this.
And now we've got the two lines. Yep.
Yeah, hopefully this restart's going to be a lot better than the last one. Lights off on the pace car. We are doubled up. Even that last one was kind of freaky. We couldn't even. They really had trouble kind of getting the cars lined up, if you will. But you know what? Now everything looks like it's supposed to look. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, we're ready. You ready, Joe?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's a little slow there on the ready, Joe. I don't know. I mean,
sorry, I was trying to pick it up. I was looking at my live timing. What's
really going on, Joe? I mean, man.
Oh, what's really going on? I'm getting some lemonade.
All right, there you go. I'm gonna start calling you Sleepy Joe. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't call me Sleepy Joe.
No, Joe's on the go. You go, Joe. Look at Castro.
I accept.
There
That's a
you
name
go.
that I can roll with.
All right, doubled up here again. Got that 7 car, Colin Clary. He's going to be joined on the outside by none other than Austin Mice. Drew Blaze and Paul Boomershine to follow. Pace cars off and away, coming through that Geico restart zone. And off and away we go. Green flags out. Once again, 7 car wasting no time getting to go. Taking advantage of that high line. Bottom line, solid launch that time. Now they're trying to get the pull up as quick as they can. But Colin, with his takeoff, I mean, he's out in the head. Now these guys are trying to figure out how to put the pieces back together because all of these guys are fast, and nobody wants to just get behind somebody because everybody thinks they're faster than that other guy. And we know what happens when you get caught up back there.
Oh, when you get caught up, you start spinning, and then you pick half the field up in your problems.
Yep. Just like that, your dreams are gone.
Dashed.
Like a tornado in the south.
That's right.
Or divorce. Either way.
Or a hayseed.
Somebody's losing their trailer. How about that? Huh?
Yeah, either way, the trailer's gone.
Either way, the trailer's gone. You know who's not going? The racing fever back here, because we're keeping it real, baby, and these guys are giving it everything they got and then some. Lots of racing going on here towards the back of the pack. These guys 5 wide, 6 wide. They're all wide.
It's nuts back here. It's a madhouse. Absolutely.
It really is. You look at what's going up front, and it's kind of calm. You step back in the back here, and oh my goodness, it's a waylay malele.
That's right. We got a couple names I want to point out here. Mike Fahey trying to find his way through a 3-wide situation here right now. The 19 down the center. We've also got some shout outs here up toward the front. Chris Lannis in the 3 is doing good again here. He had a little bit of a dust up earlier, but he's doing pretty good there against Eric Dillingham, who's right behind him in the 89. Yeah, it's a solid race right now, and especially back in the pack, like you said.
Oh,
starting
caution!
from about Jacob C. Watson.
20
back,
cars going to be down and around. We're going to be watching that one intently. We saw that one actually take place.
Yeah, that was like a 5-star wreck. 5-star. That was like a 5-car wreck. Yeah, 5-star, 5-car wreck.
Yep, that was like a 5-star wreck. We kind of saw that one.
And here we are. Here we are one more time with the yellow flag back out here at Auto Club. Lap 67 of 135. We've only just crossed the halfway point.
Yeah, man, halfway through this thing. And already those shortage of cautions definitely changing up some folks' driving plans. I don't know, what are your driving plans? Make sure that you have a plan, because Big Al always says, fail to plan, plan to fail.
Plan to fail. I've heard that one.
All right. Speaking of plans, let's go ahead and get another word from our sponsors here. We'll be right back.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects,
And we are back, bringing you continued coverage of tonight's event here. This thing taking a little bit of a turn, an interesting turn, as we were just recently put under caution again.
Yes, that's right. Another caution, another situation where we've had just a little bit of overdriving that leads to some spinning that collects so many people. In this case, it was probably the biggest wreck we've had so far in this race.
Yeah, indeed, man. And, like I say, cautions that's the one thing that's going to end your day. Because usually you're involved in something, Joe. Come on, wake up, don't get hit.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be involved, you want to be there. It's I wonder if the pace of this race is going to start to wear down the drivers' patience a little bit. I'm starting to hear it in the radio a little bit.
Really? I feel fine.
Just a little bit.
Well, you know why? Because
not your patience.
I mean, I guess, yeah. There are others out there besides myself. I keep forgetting.
Well, you know what they say: cautions breed cautions.
Absolutely.
And sometimes that can add to an attitude shift for the whole field, where everyone is starting to be more cautious, but everyone is also just on edge, waiting for that next thing to fail. And when it does, they're going to be like, oh, this is just how it is. It's this way again. It just makes it even worse. So I'm just to see how it plays.
Well, I mean, I hear you. I'm here for you. I'm taking all of your complaints. I mean, I'm taking them. I mean, people care. I care. Joe. So we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of it. We're gonna get it right.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Lights off on the pace car. He's going to be kicking it up out of the way here. We're going to be getting it going. Mice and Clary, same story. Green flag's out. There they go. Mice wasting no time getting on the run. That 7 car is going to try to find himself a spot in line. And then you got the 88 of Drew Blaze. He's going to be making his way up to the front here for the first time tonight, making his way into the top 5. Paul Boomshine got himself, I think Paul led at least one lap. Now he's going to start to shuffle back because, I mean, right now, what are you going to do, man? Are you trying to get up front? You want to be up here to lead this thing? Or are you going to be in the back with the crazies? I don't know. I don't know where I want to be in line, but I know I'm not jumping line, right? But I just want to make sure that I get, oh, man, almost 4 wide back there.
No. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, green flag racing continuing 3 wide. Some places 2 wide others. Guys coming across all the way 4 lines watching that Ford Mustang back there. Man, that Mustang looks so good. I wish it wasn't so far back there. I don't know why those other guys don't just, move over, let him come through, let him be up front. Something like that.
just pull over for him.
I mean, it'd be the sportsman-like thing to do. Speaking of the sportsman-like thing to do, we're on 3 wide here for the lead again. These 2 guys are going to be kicking it off. They're going to be what we call the official.
That makes sense.
Man, here he comes. That's Vincent Short. That's Victor Keith. 2 guys that we hadn't talked about, I don't think at all tonight, but now guess what? That's what I was looking for. I was looking for those guys that were coming to race here, baby, because we're slowly going out of the halftime of this thing, getting into that 3rd quarter. That's where things get crazy. You know what I mean? That's when you got to put That's when you got to put the baby down. Put the baby to bed.
Yes.
Put the baby down.
Into that 3rd quarter here. Trying to put the baby down and pick up the cup of coffee, pick up the something, pick up whatever you need to finish this race strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the time to start putting the rubber down, the time to start using those tires for what they were designed for.
Yeah, man. And we're just watching this thing, and I'm super excited to see that we got a couple more guys up front, because that just goes to the testament that, look, it's a long race, baby. You just got to be available at the end of this thing. You don't have to run up front all night. You don't have to run it. You just run your race. And if you run your race and you're available at the end of this thing, we might be talking to you. That's a true story. And everybody likes to talk to old Big Al. And you, Joe. People like to talk to you, too.
I know. I know they're here for the main event, Big Al. And that's you, my friend. I understand.
No, I know my place. But, man, the 13 of Victor Keith.
Yeah.
He wants to be up front. I can tell just watching Victor, he is not inclined to just stick there and just wait. This guy's jumping at a bit here, to get up there. And you're looking, all of these guys have pitted recently, which means they're going to be in it for the long haul once again, trying to make it all the way to that last pit window. There's only 3 sets of tires. You had to manage everything, manage your resources. This has definitely this has been a marathon. This has definitely been a dogfight.
Yeah,
Well,
3 sets of tires is insane. It feels like it's so few.
I gotta watch that because my name. People be like, that big out fellow's over there encouraging dogfighting. No, that's not what I said.
No, we know you're not.
It's not what I said. What I had said was.
That's not what you said. What you said was you love dogfighting.
Oh, absolutely, I do love dogs, man. We're gonna be doing some volunteering here to help a local dog shelter that's being constructed by a Marine veteran.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he actually,
nice, dude, that's great.
Yeah, he's building little dog cottages. They're not dog houses. They're air conditioned and heated, climate controlled. So I'm excited to actually get down there and get a chance to kind of get our hands dirty with that.
That is really cool. Really, really neat for you guys to be able to do that and to share the word with us here a little bit.
That's the segue.
Great.
But I'm digging that 15's paint scheme, though, man. Not to change the subject, but that's a pretty, that American flag gets me all fired up right there. American, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a soldier, so it's like something about it. Proud to see it out there.
It hits you.
Man, and
it hits you right in the spot.
And speaking of getting out there, these 2 guys, I mean, they are dinner for 2. They got takeout. These guys are gone. It's like the rest of the field's kind of blinking, and these guys are like, let's go. And they put the hammer down, and they got out to a little bit of a lead there. And I'm just wondering, it's one of those things that are they doing too much, Joe? Are they doing too much? Are they burning up that equipment right there and not going to have enough to make it towards the end? Because looking at the stint here and looking at everybody's got to stop at least one more time in order to make it home. And I'm hoping that that next pit stop, I hope that iteration comes under green flag conditions, because we love it when drivers are actually able to kind of manifest their own destiny. When they can go out there and win or lose that thing under green flag conditions versus the stack ups that you get now. And if we can keep this thing spread out, we might not even have to worry about those green-white checkers, because I'm going to be honest. I know we got at least one. But that's just stuff that...
We got one in us. It's true.
I know it's a little early for me to be talking about green flag checkers, but, it is. We're getting to that stage here. We're transitioning.
It'll soon be a topic of discussion that'll be very pertinent once we get down to the wire here. We're crossing lap 80, though, Big Al. 135 laps. This means only 56 laps left. 55 laps left in the tank here. So within that next 55 laps, a lot has to happen, including a full set of pit stops. Now, if I'm Vincent Short, if I'm Victor Keith, I've got to get out ahead of everybody as far as I can before those pit stops start rolling through, so that when I take mine, I am the pace setter on those pit stops. I want to be the first one to decide, hey, I'm going to go down and take that pit stop. But, Vincent has to keep his eyes peeled. He's got to play his own gauges here. He's got to play what his car needs, and he's got to hope that's just going to line up to be one lap before everybody else.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, you want to come out here and you definitely want to give it your best, but you still, everybody wants to be seen, heard. Everybody wants a chance.
And I think that they've got no better chance than the first race of this series to really cement themselves, make themselves known, and show what they're capable of here. There's a lot that goes on later in the series in terms of points moving and finding out who the real leaders are. But this is a clean slate. This is a chance to make your name. We've had so many leaders in this race too. We've had like 6 or 7 leaders, not 6 or 7, probably about 4 or 5 leaders in this race. 4 or 5 leaders in this race so far, and so it hasn't been any one person really dominating the whole field. It's been a good mix.
Yeah, definitely it has been a very good mix because we're looking at the laps led there on the board. Victor Short, who had 11, Mr. Clary himself with 16, which is the most. Paul Hernandez, 3. And then you got Austin Mice with 6. Greg Wachinski, 18. Mr. Orff.
What a situation for Vincent Short and Victor Keith, too. So far ahead. Keith trying desperately to hold on as best he can, staying close to Short, but Short is a half second ahead of Keith and a full 2 seconds ahead of Colin Clary behind him.
These guys are doing what it takes right now. And these are the decisions that you got to make right now because, I mean, strategies are definitely starting to, they're pulling out the playbooks and they're starting to look, lap traffic right here. Hopefully they'll just be able to make it through this with no problem. But the rest of the field, that's going to get interesting. And the lap traffic you see, that's the 14 car.
Yes, sir.
Of Dean
Smart.
Weddling.
Short went flying by there. Came down to the inside, didn't get too close to him, gave him some room, but it did cost him just a little bit of his lead over Victor Keith.
Well, these two can definitely expect that they will have company one way or another. Right now, they definitely got to be enjoying just the time alone. Being out front, being able to just kind of kick your feet in the water and just, out to get the groceries, stop to get some ice cream. That's all that feel-good stuff.
Stop and get the ice cream.
But back at the barn, there's a storm.
Yes, sir. Batten down the hatches.
Drivers.
Nails in the boards.
Drivers now starting to figure out their odds. Starting to make decisions. $15 laps before we're pitting.
15 to go. You reckon?
Yeah, I think 15. I think a lot of drivers are going to try to push it out to as long as they can in that window, just because they know there's going to be at least one green light checker. So you don't want to pit early. You want to push it as long as you possibly can. Just for that reason. That's my opinion. But once again, that's the reason I'm in the booth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah. Never forget. There's a reason that we are up here talking and not driving.
Absolutely. That's why I love to do that. Well, what are your plans? What would you do? Because, man, we're going to go get a sandwich and we're going to sit up in the booth and we're just going to talk. We're going to eat stuff and talk about stuff. Like politicians.
Exactly.
Going to eat stuff and talk about stuff.
You just got to keep the ball in the air for a couple hours, and it's not that hard, especially when these guys are racing the way they are, real good. Only a little bit of drama out there on the field so far. We only lost a couple of racers, but other than that, things are looking pretty good.
Indeed. I'm just waiting on the other shoe to drop, right? If I could be any more, more cliche. But that's a true story because right now, this is that part of the drive where everybody in the car is asleep. You know what I mean? Nobody's whining, nobody's crying. Slip the radio to the station of your choosing. Listen to some Dr. Laura, and you can just kind of chill.
Dr. Laura Schlesinger.
Oh, I knew you knew. See, that's why I hang out with you, Joe. I knew you knew.
I know Dr. Laura.
You my
keep
man.
my eyes open. Keep my ears open.
There you go. I'll, you know, our viewers might not appreciate that, but yeah, I love me some Dr. Moore.
Well, they should. Keep your mind open.
Yeah, speaking of open minds, right now, still up front, Vincent Short, Victor Keith. If these guys have their way, what a story they would write. But unfortunately, right now, I don't think that's the case. But I will share this with you. We're in our pit window. So
Yes, they are.
Right now, one more pit stop, you could make it to the end of the race. So that's that, ladies and gentlemen. We're officially in our pit window. And we will be watching to see exactly when everybody's strategy is going to bring them down pit road. Not going to get, not questioning any of these. I mean, this is the first race of the season. This race is going to catapult these guys into the next race and off into the third and the fourth. And at the end of this, somebody's going to be a dang champion, Joe. Somebody's going to be a dang champion.
That's absolutely right, my friend.
As these two mixing it up front. Victor Keith taking his shot at the lead. But you know what? Old Vincent says, I don't know, bro. I'm not feeling you leading just yet. Let me see if I can get back up here and maybe lead a few more. But I don't know. You think Victor maybe was holding back a little bit the time when he was back there following old Vincent? Just waiting on an opportunity?
I think so. Yeah, you're waiting on an opportunity, waiting to try to use his momentum to get ahead. Maybe just trying to take advantage of the fact that he knew that Vincent was going to wear off his tires before he was, just trying to be the man in charge, trying to be the man leading the race. You're going to be inviting nature's wrath, especially to your tires here if you're out in front.
Well, this is the time to start driving hard, and I think these guys, as they're battling for the lead, as you see side by side, they understand what's going on. It's not quite officially time, but it's getting close to time. And what time I'm talking about go time, baby. It's getting close to time to go. Right now, you still got to be conscious of the fact that we got to pit once more again. As you can see, old Vincent getting a little bit loose there. Might be more of a testament to what I was looking to see. But yeah, you're
now here.
Everybody's on their feet. Everybody's in sync. There's really not anybody sitting down here except for you, Joe. You know, only person.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's amazing. You and the drivers.
It's comfy.
Yeah. But anyway, I digress.
It's comfy out here.
That dude's on a mission now. Vincent stretching his legs and look just like that gobble time. This Victor is starting to feel the herd. And when I say herd, I mean a herd. And they're coming in. As you see the 911 there, he's going to be coming down on his pit sequence. Like I said, that green flag pit window has opened. Oh, he's going to miss the pits, or just going to stay out of the way. Let the big boys go. Victor's starting to feel the pressure from behind. Definitely eating that up.
Yeah, look at this single file here in the backstretch. We haven't seen this in a minute. We see a lot of maneuvering here in some of the turns, but the backstretch was just a perfect single file line. And it's just, these guys want to go the distance now. They've wanted to since the beginning, but they really do now. Ooh, Vincent Short bouncing off the outside wall. Going to cost him just a little bit, as the two guys behind him, Clary and Keith, both like sharks circling in the water, are just waiting for Vincent Short to make a mistake big enough for them to drive a car through. And it looks like Colin Clary is going to take the first advantage of that situation, and it's going to be Colin Clary in charge of this race right now with Vincent Short in second.
Yeah, Colin Clary did not get back up there because he was like, he got back up there because he wants to be up there, and I think that's a scary thing for a lot of folks, because now that he's in the position that he feels he's meant to be in, I don't see him relinquishing that anytime soon.
No, not at all. He's got it. He's got it locked in. He's got a very good line, and it's just about, it's not only where he wants to be, it's the speed he wants to be attacking it. It's the distance he wants to have on the cars behind him. And now we just gotta cross your fingers and wonder, when is Mr. Clary going to pit?
When is Mr. Clary going to pit? Because that's the question that everybody wants to know the answer to. That's why everybody's sticking around, and I guarantee you there's a lot of folks watching him. It's Paul Hernandez and Mr. Watson. They're pushing up on the higher end of that fuel expectancy, but these guys are still in it. Like I said, everybody's going to be pushing this one to the far end of the window just because they know and understand it'll be in their best interest. Had to pull old Leroy back up to the flag stand. Had to give old Thelma Sue a kiss goodbye. Told him to put his hot dog down and come on, son. We got work to do. Because I got a feeling he's going to get busy here before this thing is over. Joe, what do you think?
I think you're right, my man. I think it's going to be busy. I think he's going to get busy. I think that busyness is going to come from the pit stops. And from not just from lap traffic, but I think from the pit stopping that's going to have to go on too here.
Yeah, it was amazing to watch that lead just kind of just dwindle away to nothing, and now you get these guys. Oh, Colin, slight contact with the wall. Not gonna like that, because I'm telling you, it's a little tag there, it's a little tag there. I've been watching a lot of these drivers, but one tag is all it takes to just knock that alignment out up front, and you'll find yourself with tire damage. That's what they tell you. I don't know how I know that.
Yeah, not life experience.
Yeah, I must have read that somewhere. Ooh, a little shoving going on there.
Yeah, massive shove there. We got Jacob Watson. I was worried that he was going to bounce off the wall and come back down and take some people out with him.
Yeah, that car definitely.
It looks like they're good.
Yeah, it's really racy right through here, though, Joe. I mean, and that's what you're going to get right now is these guys are jockeying for position, trying to get lined up, trying to get ready for that green flag pit stop because it's coming.
Better be. You only got 35 laps left, man.
35 laps to go, Joe, before we can actually crown someone the winner of the first inaugural race here of the Lonestar Racing League. I'm super excited, man. Hopefully we'll be able to get this season kicked off. These guys definitely come to race, and this has been a pretty exciting race, to say the least.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness, yes. This is a fantastic way to start a league, fantastic way to kick things off, and this race has been pretty – if this is a way that they're going to be running things for the next couple of races, they're in for some excitement. Because the yellows we've had have all been earned. The situations that we've seen have all been understandable. It's all come from good racing. And that is exactly what you want to see in a good race. There are a couple of yellows in every good race, I think. And I think the way these guys have been adding them in is a clear sign that they want to race the cars. They want to make them go fast. And they want to get around each other. But trying to figure out, exactly how to do that. Well, we're going to get to see how that strategy plays out over the course of this league.
Yeah, indeed. This will be a lot of racing, man. A lot of racing left to happen.
That's right. Look at some of this lap traffic up here. Ooh, bouncing off the wall real heavy there. I think that's Orff. I think that's David Orff or Dennis Orff.
Yeah, Orff was actually up front. He was leading this thing. If you can remember when we started off, he was definitely a front runner. But he, too, tagged that wall one too many times, I believe, and found himself now a couple laps behind him. Man.
Watching now out in front. Where's the action, Big Al?
Well, I was looking at Fahey, and right now, him and Clary have really got quite a lead on the guys behind them. And I'm talking like 2.5 seconds. So still trying to kind of figure out what's going on with that. But right now, we're just going to have to keep with what they're giving us.
Keep doing what we can with it, and so we will. Very good here, coming into the backstretch. Our leaders have a few more lap cars ahead of them before the overall break in the field once more.
Yeah, I think everybody is exactly doing. I mean, they're not doing what I said. They're just doing what any chat GPT would suggest, and that is trying to stay out as long as possible here, not wanting to risk being caught down pit road when the caution comes out. And I'm going to tell you, that fear out there drives a lot of decisions.
Yep, fear. Oh man. That kind of response, though, it leads, ooh, car flying down to the inside in the back. That was not a pit maneuver, though. That was a car just slamming and maneuvering down to the inside of the track. That was very, very close. Did not quite get a number on that car, but wow, that was a close call.
All right, green flag pit stops officially underway as the leader taking himself on down the road. And that's going to probably drag a lot of the field in to do the same, because you're going to want to not be out of sequence. But at the same token, these guys are hoping that nothing transpires on that racetrack is going to catch them down pit road as well. So lots going on right here. And this is the pit stop that is definitely going to seal the deal.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one that gives it the wax stamp, the seal of approval.
Remember what we say, we drive for show, but we pit for dough.
We pit for dough, and this was the dough pit right here.
The driver's definitely down there getting it done. I believe most of our drivers have finished their green flag pit stops. We'll go back and look at so we got a couple drivers still out there. These guys are going to be
just a few.
They're going to be wanting to make a show of it.
Ooh.
So Patrick Hernandez is going to be back up. He's going to be your leader here. He's got 59 laps on his equipment. We'll follow him. See, she'll be coming in this time. Further back,
that's right.
I'm surprised to see how many cars have not stopped yet. So that just means that they gave us false numbers, because they said it was like 45 laps. These guys gone well over 45 laps. The leader's on 60 right now. 60 laps on his tires and fuel. That's phenomenal. But the question is, the later he stays out, how hard is it going to be, Joe, to make that time back up once he comes back from the pit? Because he's going to have to cycle through.
Let's see. Yeah, he is. And that type of cycling through really the only way to pull that off with this little time left on the clock overall is if everybody has to pit after you. So you have to time things just right to be one of the first people through the cycle, and then just sort of cross your fingers.
Yeah, been a lot of finger crossings going on down there. Probably one big finger cross is that this thing stays green for the remainder of it. That's what I'm kind of hoping. As we've been cleaning green for quite some time here now. As you see Austin Wood, your new leader, his first time leading the night.
That'd be great. That'd be really great. Let's see what happens here as we are on lap 112 now, officially. Kicking that off here as our race leader crosses the line. Lap 112.
Yeah. Kenny Powell and Austin both yet to pit. Powell right now, he's enjoying his time up front. Kenny Powell.
What was that?
I would say Kenny Powell's definitely enjoying his time up front. Kenny Powell, no stranger to the iRacing world.
He's really not, and he's one of those names that shows up, and when he shows up, you're like, oh, Kenny Powell, okay, all right, rock on. And now he's putting down some really great times for late in this race. Kenny Powell is a name I associate with perseverance and with organization, but in this case, I have got to associate him with second place, which is pretty solid for a race that we've been doing now for over almost about 2 hours.
Hey, that's Joe Locondo he's the Kenny Powell fan club president.
The president, okay.
That's not where I was going with that. You mentioned Kenny Powell's name, and it's almost like the reaction you get when you mention my name some places, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I love Kenny, man. Kenny and I go way back. Kenny actually gave me my first opportunity at Cullen at doing this. So definitely a lot of love out for Kenny. Yeah, he gave me a home. I was homeless, Joe.
Heck yeah, man.
You ever been homeless?
Well, then you should be the president of his fan club, not me.
What?
I said you should be president of the fan club, not me.
Nah, not me. I'm good. I'm impartial.
All right. Fair enough. Well, he's doing great right now, although he did just lose a spot to Colin Clary.
Yeah, those guys.
And the flag is out.
Oh, and that is not what you wanted to see. Nobody wanted to see the caution flag come out.
No. That ruins a lot of plans. That ruins a lot of strategies all at once here, Big Al.
Yeah, not sure exactly what took place, but it does. Oh, man, looks like we're going to have a car that lost it coming out of the pits. Man, that's just, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh, that's just terrible. It's like Charles Barkley.
That's just terrible.
That's just terrible.
It kind of is. It changes the whole dynamic of the race now. Now we're stacking them up here.
It does.
You know, a lot of guys had already pitted. All of the time up front, that's gone now. The lead completely
all the fresh
washed.
tires gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, adding another heat cycle to those good years. And, you know, every year's not
any
a good
advantage.
Year.
Any advantage built up by pitting at this point, gone. Just wiped out by a yellow.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a happy place to necessarily be. But you just got to take. No. You got to swing at the pitches they throw to you. Sometimes you just got to take one. You got to reach out there and go for it. You know, and a lot of guys just found out that, hey, it ain't over yet, baby. You still got a chance.
Yeah, they thought it was over. I'm sure there was quite a few drivers there who were like, done with this. This is good. We'll just cruise to the finish. And that's not what happened.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. Lots going on. Watching these guys as they cycle through yet another iteration of caution stops. For those of you just joining us, quite a few cautions out for tonight. I think that would be the tail. What? Oh, shut up, Big Al. Ferme la bouche.
How many?
Ferme la bouche. You know what that means. It means close your mouth.
I don't know what that means.
It means close your mouth in French. That's the only word. That's the only thing I learned in French class because my French teacher kept saying, Pierre, ferme la bouche. Yeah, that's right.
Ferme la bouche.
Hey, that's right. If you caught it, my French name was Peter. That's right. Get with it.
I caught that. I clocked that, Pierre.
So if we were going to go ahead and put a title on this thing so far, for the book that we got here, what are you titling the book?
The book is called the book is called Here's to New Beginnings. A Tale from Auto Club.
I like it. I could see it. Yeah, I could totally get down with that. That's not what I would say, though. Mine would be more like working out with Barney the Flag Man, getting those right shoulder curls. Caution flag, caution flag, caution flag.
Yeah. I was trying to work. I had a few ideas that were caution flag heavy, but I gotta say, for 135 laps.
Oh yeah.
Here at Auto Club with a new field of racers, we're still like within regulation for how many yellows we're seeing.
And not to mention over 40 cars in the field to start this thing off tonight.
Yeah.
That right there.
Holy mackerel, man.
In itself, that's epic. So definitely loving the showing here that we're getting with the Lone Star League here. We're going to be here as long as they keep us, man. Calling everything that we see. Trust me, I'm a narc. I tell it. That's why we're up here, Joe. Joe's a narc too. See, I just knocked you out for being a narc, Joe.
You mean you're doing a good job, buddy?
And you didn't even get mad about it. You're just like, yep. Pace car's off in the way, getting ready to kick this thing back in to win again. Your leader, Colin Clary, no stranger to being up front, wasting no time getting her going again. His wheels not even spinning, but he's grinning out in front. No worries right there. High side rolling. Bottom line, still a little iffy on the restart. Not a lot of solid restarts from that bottom line that we have not been seeing. But we're definitely going to be looking because we might have another restart or two. And that right there, what we just said, that might become a factor in who wins this race. But right now, the story is Colin Clary. He is your leader, getting it done. Most laps led here tonight. And he's putting on a little bit of a clinic.
Oh,
not saying.
Oh, the story's about to become the contact between Watson and Tony Italuca and Fahey also. Mike Fahey out here trying to get some of this action. There's a lot of pinball going on behind Colin Clary right now, Big Al. A lot of back and forth. Guys getting hit. Oh, Tony Italuca almost sideways there for a second. Italuca, a name we haven't mentioned yet in this race very often, but he is up here just putting on quite a show.
Yeah, these guys are definitely doing what I'm saying. This is the part where it gets racy. With 15 laps to go in this race, we're not at go time quite yet. Go time, I'm going to call it at 7 laps. 7 laps here at Auto Club, that's going to be go time. That's when they're going to put the hammer down. And that's when you're going to see nobody looking back. All gloves are going to come off, and that's when it's going to get really, really racy. But right now, green flag racing continues.
Barely. Oh my God, the action right now, Big Al. Let's watch Jacob C. Watson, and James Watson, like we're like Sherlock Holmes was in first place. James Watson's in second. No, Greg Wyszynski just made the pass on Jacob C. Watson. Watson was just bouncing around there for a little bit. Looks like he's gotten better control of the car here. Really unfortunate situation for him as he falls back a few places. But the top 10 have finally started to straighten out here, Big Al. It was a madhouse, though, for those first few laps after that restart. We're still too wide, though, if we go back to Chris Lannis and Drew Blaze.
Yeah, definitely too wide is going to be the tell for at least the next couple of laps. And then I have a feeling it's going to switch to 4 wide. Guys are going to be trying to fit in everywhere they can get in, and that's what Colin Clary has got to be prepared for, because nothing he can do is going to stop that. As right now, these guys are starting their march towards the front. 13 laps to go. Yeah, look at that. Lined up they are.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. What was a single file line has once again collapsed completely. Once again, here comes Tony Italuca trying to make the pass, this time on Victor Keith. He's down to the inside. The San Diego Youth Services car, the number 6, with a great push. He is going to clear. But do we get the do-si-do? Not quite. Victor Keith cannot finish the do-si-do. Stays behind Tony Italuca, who is driving in 4th right now. Going on back a little ways, we've got Jacob Watson leading the rest of the pack still. Drew Blaze down on the inside. Vincent Short, one time leading this race. Short makes hard contact with Blaze, but they're going to be all right. They're both keeping it straight.
I'm watching this, Joe. It's getting a little loose down there.
It's crazy, Big Al.
And I saw cars going high. I saw cars going low.
Oh, no. Ken Couch, the number 3 of Chris Lannis, got heavily sideways there, falls out of the top 10 completely. Now Lannis is in 16th, just trying to keep his car on the road.
Yeah, indeed, man. It's going to not everybody's going to make it. I just want to go ahead and say that. Let's get that disclaimer out now. I wish everybody could, but unfortunately, that is not in the cards. Colin Clary doing everything he can to preserve his lead. That is definitely it, too. It's fading. Now, I'm glad that he's still able to keep it going right now, because there's a lot of cars out there that are, instead of actually engaging each other racing, they're more in chase mode. And with 10 laps to go, that's a great place for Colin to be. Because even though the most so that these guys are in chase mode, it's reducing the chance for another big one. They're not stacked up. There's no traffic. You know, a couple little battles going on there for position within the pack, but the story for the most part is going to be the same.
Activity here for Mr. Kenny Powell. He's on the inside. He's squeezing him on the outside there. The 85 of Alan Swan needed a little bit of room. Powell gave it to him finally, but Powell's going to slide up the wall. Ooh, very close to Ken Couch there. Can we see the battle of the Kens? Ken versus Ken. It's like the Barbie movie all over again.
Yeah, these two definitely going at it.
Still side by side and close.
A little bit of a 3 wide situation going on behind those guys back further in the line, but up front, man, that's it. We're still looking single file up front. Starting to single file back out in the back.
Yeah, let's keep that single file action up front. Let's hope that nobody makes a big play. We are in the single digits now, Big Al. We're down to the single digits of laps left in this race. So all we've got to do is make it there.
It's go time. This is time, I believe.
It is go time.
All stops are out, and you just got to put the hammer down, man, and see everybody else at the house. Nobody's working with anybody now. Everybody's just jockeying for position, because 3 of these guys, 3 of these lucky individuals, are going to get a chance to talk to you and me, Joe. That's right.
That's the real prize of the race right here, Big Al. I know it. Let's watch here. Alan Swan and Ken Couch battling it out with a battle of inches here. Couch just a little ways behind Swan. Swan and him trading positions over and over again here, trying to see who is going to lock in the 14th position. We've got some chatter over the mic there. It sounds like Tyler Freeman working his way around a few of the drivers, and the yellow is out.
Caution's
what
out.
happened?
Once again, caution's out.
Dennis Orff.
Dennis Orff again.
Orff and Higgins. Let's see. Orff. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Orff had a pretty solid contact, and then a secondary contact spun him sideways. It looks like. Yeah, just really unfortunate. But Orff ended up just stuck there in the middle of the field after one really bad bump became a second bad bump, and that's going to be the night for Dennis Orff. He's off. Really, you know what? He had a fantastic start to this race. I'll give him that. Dennis Orff was sitting pretty in the pole position for tonight's race. Ended it 2 laps down, disconnecting. That is just the name of the game here at Auto Club, Big Al. And I think that this California course that exists only in memory has eaten up quite a few drivers tonight.
Well, I think she's still hungry.
You're right. You know, we've got a restart coming up.
Yep, I don't think we're out of the woods just yet. 5 laps to go, going to be 3 laps to go. That'll be our first attempt at a green-white checker. So we'll have to see how that works. It'll be a 3-lap shootout, buddy. We'll be watching.
Yeah, we're going to be.
We'll be watching to see which one's going to come out first: the caution flag, or the white flag.
That's a good question. I'm really hoping for the white flag. I want to see them make those 2 laps up and just get through them. You know, but let's see who's going to be out there at the front. We've got Clary, who's got consistently good restarts so far. Patrick Hernandez, who's been fast all night. Mike Fahey, who has been defending his positions and during these restarts has had some really tenacious plays. Tony Italuca, same story. Tenacity during the restarts. On top of tenacity here, Italuca is up so far from where he started this race as well. You know, Tony Italuca started in 33rd. With no qualifying, and he crawled his way all the way up here. So lots of like proof is I wanted to say what is the turn of phrase I'm looking for? Ah, damn it! I'm sorry. Lots of things to prove. There we go. Lots of things to prove here up at the top.
Wait, why are you answering your own questions?
That's good. It's a good question.
Hey, I'm sitting right here. You talk to me, but nope, you just run off, talk to yourself. Lights off on the pace car. We're getting ready to kick this thing off again. Like I said, 4 laps to go. It'll be 3 laps at the line, and we will be racing for a flag. Hopefully that flag's white. Because white flags
Let's
matter.
see what's up here. Oh, I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. That's all you.
What? I'm just saying. White flags do matter.
4 laps down. Are we going to get the around? Is this going to be green? This isn't going to be green, white, checkered. I don't think so. This is going to be just a normal restart here.
Yeah, we're going to be racing to see if we get that white flag.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's going to come out first, the white or the yellow? Yeah. 3 laps to go is what it's going to be. So it'll be a shootout.
Yeah, I'm not going to put a 5er down. I could put a Lincoln down and say that I think it's going to be a white flag just because I want it to be, you know, and not even that I think it's going to be. I just want it to be.
Yeah, we don't condone.
It's just hope.
Well, easy, but we don't condone gambling. You're talking about putting Lincolns down. I mean, unless you're talking about a Ford, I don't know where you're coming from.
I was talking about logs, Lincoln Logs,
Lincoln
the classic
Logs.
toy. I've got 5 of them right here.
I got you. I remember that.
Okay.
Miss Peggy Scott's class, man. It's kindergarten. Pace car's off and away. Getting ready to take the green flag for the last time. Colin Clary, I hope the last time, wasted no time getting off and going. Pointed her in to win. Hernandez is going to drop low. He is going to be giving chase with a bunch of banditos behind him. Everybody racing for the flag. Green flag still out.
Did you see that cross from Hernandez? Yeah, that cross from Hernandez just there. I thought that was the death of the race.
Caution's going to be out again. Big whips there running through the field.
Austin B. Wood. Austin Wood is on his roof right now and upside down. Austin slammed into the inside of the track. His car has got to be completely destroyed. We're going to probably see him disconnecting here any second, unfortunately. But wow, Austin Wood with probably the single individual biggest crash of the night. Crashing through. We're going to see that green-white checkered that you called for. I would just lose. I just lost 5 Lincoln Logs on that one. And it feels like a night that was destined for this moment. We've got the green-white checkered coming out. We're going to see what can happen. We only got 2 attempts at this here, not the usual 3 you might see in iRacing. We got the 2 attempts from this here in this league, so they've only got 2 chances to get this restart on lock.
Something about restarts and cautions. Something I heard 3 laps to go. It's going to be the first. This will be the first attempt at a green-white checker.
Yep. And you know what? It'll be the first attempt, but I'm out of hope. We got no more.
Within regulation, because we're not actually overtime. We're just on time right now.
Yeah, we're just about on time, I'd say, for this kind of situation. Honestly, we had a couple of good green flag runs in there. We didn't have it wasn't yellow to yellow. It wasn't yellow wall to wall. It was a good race, and here we are finishing it with another yellow situation. I think it's just fate. Maybe it's the spirit of Lady NASCAR saying to these guys, "Hey, I want you guys to get this restart right. Get it just right.
Go
please,
home.
would you?"
She said, "Go
yeah, so we can all go home." Yeah.
It's closing time.
It's actually Mother Nature begging us to stop burning fuel. Yeah. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, these guys keep getting texts. Can we turn the lights out? Like, no. Yeah. No, we cannot turn the lights out. Those are stickers.
No. Oh, boy.
Definitely. Almost time to double it up. And that's going to signal the 1 to go. And that should happen here this time by.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. Once again, struggling to get them lined up, and that's never been that's been indicative of a problem. That's what we've noticed.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see here. Lights are gonna be off on the pace car. There we go. Pace car is back up in the middle lane now, and here come the 2 lanes now, getting stacked up. Colin Clary, Patrick Hernandez, the 4 lanes. Yeah.
Now, so far, the tell of the tape has been the start determines the shape you're in. And no one really of note has gotten a solid start against the number 7 Colin Clary. Now we're going to see exactly how the 18 of Patrick Hernandez is going to step up, as he's going to be trying to get his opportunity to maybe get out front for the laps that matter most. But either way, once that green flag flows, you can believe that the racing is going to be kicked up. And right now, everybody that's still here is here for a reason. I hate to say it.
They're here because they're survivors. Plain and simple.
But although I do believe if there is a skirmish, it's probably going to occur for 14th. But right now, we're looking pretty good.
I think you're right. We'll see. Because I think that Clary has proved he's gotten restarts really well down, but man, there was a move Hernandez did during the last restart that had my guts in my throat. Let's see what happens.
Clary taking us to that Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. Clary is on his way. Hernandez is on his heels, but Clary's going to win that drag race. Hernandez is going to drop back down behind the leader right now because he's going to regroup.
Hernandez got the.
He
just got a black flag.
Oh, really? Oh, that's going to end his day.
Yeah, he jumped. Yeah. I saw it. He jumped the restart. Ahead of the leader.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That cost him everything.
Yeah, that's definitely going to cost him because he's going to have to stop or they will take those positions off towards the end of the race. But it's not going to stop us because 2 laps to go. We will take the white flag, and that means the next flag will end it. Super excited.
It's waving. Oh, yes, sir. It's waving, and I think it's waving hello for Colin Clary. But here comes Mike Fahey. Ooh, Fahey had just enough momentum during the entrance of that here during the backstretch. Can he catch up to Colin Clary? I don't think so. I think this is going to be Clary's race, Big Al.
We're definitely going to see this Clary right now. He just has a couple more turns to win this thing. Nothing behind him is going to matter. He can only focus on what's ahead, and what's ahead is that checker flag, baby. Colin Clary, your winner here tonight for the first race of the season for the Lonestar Racing League. Man, he's got to be pretty pumped up, Joe. What are you thinking, man?
I think he's got to be really proud of himself. We're going to be talking to him in a little bit. You'll be talking to him, and I want you to ask him if he's patting himself on his back about those restarts at the end of this race, because that's how he won it. He won it with the gas pedal. He won it with the green flag. He won it in part because Patrick Hernandez shot himself in the foot really hard, but I think Colin Clary deserves a massive kudos for a great race tonight. He knew where you had to be to win in a race where it's yellow after yellow. He put himself there, and look what happened. He won it all.
Absolutely, and we're going to watch him celebrate just a little bit. For definitely, as he pulls up in the victory lane.
And burn it down. Yeah.
Looking good.
Clary over the radio. Over the radio, Clary mentions that the last season was apparently not a very good one for him, so that'll be another good talking point. But starting this season off with a win, hey, that's the way to go, man.
Yeah, speaking of going, we're going to take a step away, get a couple words from our sponsors. Get ready. We'll be right back with our post-race show. And we are back right now. Time to go over our results for tonight's race. All right. Top 10, Colin Clary in the beginning with Mike Fahey. Going to be in second. Tony Adaluca, Drew Blaze, Justin Johnson, Victor Keith, Paul Blumenstein, Vincent Short, Jacob Watson, and Kenny Powell round out the top 10.
All right, moving right along. In P11, Greg Wachinski, then Ken Couch, Mike Higgins, Chris Lannis, Lee Hogan in 15th, Chris Coleman in 16th, Austin Norris, Alan Swan, Corbin Reich, and Tyler Freeman in 20th.
21st is going to be Patrick Hernandez with Scotty Larson, Austin Mice, Matthew Richard, Daniel Higgins, Nicholas Don Francesco, Brian Mice, Austin Wood, Dean Whittaking, and Caden Watts.
After Caden Watts there in 31st, it's Kyle Gomez, Kenneth Blackburn, Dennis Orth, Dennis Orth after the pole position with an unfortunate finish to his race, Jordan Maddox, Eric Dillingham, Danielle Miglin, who had a great race as well until some really bad wrecking there. Unfortunate. 37th, Harold Crow, 38th, Isaac Salas, and 39th, Chris Klein.
All right, that's going to be it for our winners. Next thing we know, we're going to be time to do some interviews. We'll be
Heck yeah.
looking for Tony Adaluca.
I don't think we're going to get Tony tonight. I don't see him down here in the Discord here. We do have Mike Fahey up here in the booth right now. Mike, can you hear us?
I got you guys. How's it going?
Hey, doing really good, Mike. Doing really good. Big Al, if you don't mind, I'll take the interview with Mike here, and then you can talk to Colin Clary.
Go for it.
Excellent. Well, Mike, perfect. Thanks. Mike, you had a pretty solid start to the race tonight and 11th on the grid overall. And we didn't really mention you until about the 2/3 of the way through the race when all of a sudden it was like, whoa, Mike Fahey's up here and he's putting down rubber. When did you feel like Auto Club unlocked for you?
Probably about right when you guys started seeing me. I was like 22nd in practice and thought I was going to finish 22nd. And then we ended up getting 11th for qualifying. And then kind of tried saving tires best as possible. And we had the green flag pit stop. And next thing you know, I was up in the third. And then the caution came out. And I completely lost it under caution trying to stay out of Austin Mize's rear end. So went in, got some damage fixed, came back out, and then just kind of fought my way back to the field and managed tires best I could, and the car kind of came alive on those longer runs. So I couldn't really tell from where I was that if he jumped or not. It looked like Colin was kind of slow rolling it and delaying that start longer than he has been the previous restarts. So I kind of didn't see it. They looked like they were going straight ahead, and then he pulled up to the top and he said, yeah, I got a black flag. So I was like, well, I'll take the extra spot, less I have to fight for. I thought Tony was going to be there fighting me harder than he was at the end, and we just kind of pulled it out. It was a fun race. I believe this is the third season for us here. So we've had a different broadcaster every season, and you guys are the first ones to actually pronounce my last name correctly. So kudos to you. So I don't run these next-gen cars an awful lot. I usually do trucks, and even that's in a league once a week. So I don't get a whole lot of practice, but Las Vegas is fun. It's going to be another tire-saving track. I got Drew Blaze coaching, so he's great at these tracks, tire-saving, and looking forward to you guys kind of meeting a lot of our dudes and being exposed to our league. And we got a lot of good competition here. appreciate it, sir. Thanks so much.
Colin Clary, Big Al up in the booth. You got me. Colin Clary, Big Al up in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
Hey, congratulations to you, Colin, for bringing it home tonight here in first place. You got to be feeling pretty excited about winning the first race of the season here, right?
Yeah. I ended last season pretty terribly, so it's nice to get back on track here. And nice fresh reset.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody needs one, man. But tonight it really didn't look like you need a reset. Looked like tonight everything was firing on all cylinders. I mean, all your ports were plugged in properly.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed driving this car, and had a full week of officials to practice. So, yeah, that helped out quite a bit. And yeah, everything just kind of fell my way. Got a little lucky there at the end that Drew didn't get up through the field quicker with his fresh set, but sometimes you need a little luck.
Yeah, you said you had a lot of time to practice, and how much would you accredit practicing to your victory here?
Yeah, I mean, practice, it's really the only way to improve is laps, and you just have to run laps all the time, and that's what I do. And I wouldn't be where I am without Mr. Michael Conti, who coaches me throughout the weeks. So, yeah, practice makes perfect.
I guess that leads us right into the next, that segues us right into the next segment. Who are you shouting out here tonight for your overall dominant performance in a first place finish here?
Yeah, shout out to everyone. There were a couple yellows, but I felt like the battle up front was extremely clean tonight, so that was good. Shout out to Drew and Justin for all the hard work they put in, and all my Team Conti teammates.
All right, indeed, man. I tell you what, as I always say, don't party too hard, and we'll see you next week. But before we go, next week we're heading to Vegas, baby. What are your thoughts on that track?
Intermediates are where I shine. Saving tires, long runs, getting into a rhythm. That's where I'm best. So I look forward to it.
All right, roger that. Now, go out there and party, but don't party too hard.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
And thank you for the broadcast.
Absolutely, brother. That was Colin Clary, our winner here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and Joe, back to you, buddy. What are you thinking here tonight? Yeah, indeed, man. And hopefully we'll be here getting stronger and stronger with them every week. Want to give a shout out first off to the league for having us here. Lonestar taking a chance with us. Hopefully we will rectify our issues and get it going. Also want to thank 131 Retro, Everything Simulated, UES Group, Team Watson Racing Setups, Inside Lane Productions. Want to give a shout out to Kobe Jordan, my main man, for helping me get through this. Thank you, Joe, for being here, being a gracious host. And thank you all for tuning in. With everything that's going on, man, we're going to pray that you guys stay safe. Have a good one.